Typically, Microsoft hardware products don't engender too much excitement in the average gadget consumer, but the Zune HD is a notable exception. So far, people have been excited about its new OLED screen, and as a first touchscreen Zune device, that looks like a credible threat to the iPod Touch. Is that really the case, or are things a little bit better than they seem? We bring in a couple technology journalists to talk about it. First off, Joshua Topolsky from Engadget. Joshua, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Also, we have Lance Ulanoff from, he's the editor-in-chief of PC Mag. Thanks for being with us, Lance.
Nice to be here.
So this is one of the first Microsoft products I've actually been excited about in quite a while. Joshua, do you think this is worthwhile excitement? We've seen hands-on videos of it in Engadget, among other places. What do you think of the device?
Well, I think that as far as the hardware is concerned, it's a real, Microsoft really kind of knocked it out of the park. In terms of industrial design, it looks really, really nice. It's got a Tegra chip, which is super fast and also really efficient when it comes to battery life. So they have a really great, in terms of just the physical stuff and the guts, they have a really great product. And I think the hype is somewhat warranted. If anything, though, I think everybody seems to have the same, a lot of people seem to have the same thought on it, which is, why is this, how come this is not a phone? Which, maybe it's just the day and age that we live in. Yeah. But I feel like the hype is really warranted as this for the device as it is. But I think that people seem to want something more than it is.
No, and we've heard a lot of people. Dan Frommer last week from the Business Insider was on the show, and he was saying that he was excited about it, except for he doesn't get why it's a phone, and he also is concerned that the App Store is the reason why people are buying iPod Touches and iPhones. I don't know, Lance, do you have concerns about that App Store structure, or what's your take on the device?
Well, I think that's probably the biggest hurdle for this product. The App Store is the single thing that makes the iPod Touch in particular such a home run, and the iPhone too. We have a Touch at home, and my son listens to music every once in a while, but mostly he downloads apps, and he plays apps all the time.
Yeah.
That is his primary interest. I think the other reason that Microsoft is not introducing a phone is that Windows Mobile 7 isn't ready. And I don't think they'd want to hobble what appears to be a very good product with the horrifyingly bad Windows Mobile 6.5.
Yeah. Well, to me, at this point, it's almost like throw away Windows Mobile, because the Zune OS is whatever they're going to call that. To me, should be the next basis of a phone, because it actually looks nice, works well, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know, Joshua. So people have been saying this App Store issue. Do you think, what's your take on this? Does Microsoft need to position this as an MP3 player only and make that kind of the selling point? Or do you think developers will, there's some development structure in place for the Zune. Do you think that's going to be something the developers would be interested in?
Well, they've been really careful about how they approach questions about having applications or some kind of app store when it comes to the Zune HD. To me, I think it's odd that they've created this really awesome touchscreen device. They've given a capacitive touchscreen, a great web browser, an on-screen keyboard, which is a first for a Zune product.
Yeah.
Clearly has functionality well beyond being able to play music or videos. A Tegra processor is no joke. It's a really great mobile platform, and so, I think that there's the question of, do people want to have something that is really just for playing music and playing videos? I think there's a certain segment of the market, but I feel like everybody's getting really spoiled now on the idea that the device you have can do more than just play music. If you just want to play music, there's a bunch of Zunes and a bunch of iPods and a bunch of other products out there from other manufacturers that do that just as well.
Yeah.
So I think the question here is, why are we seeing all of this horsepower and all of this graphical flair thrown into the Zune? You mentioned the UI and how good it looks. You said something about, I think, throwing away Windows Mobile. When I look at the interface, we just put up this video the other day, and I think, man, this interface looks so slick.
Yeah.
It's so polished.
It's well done, right?
It'd be so easy to walk a few steps from that to a more robust OS. It's built on Windows CE, but it's obviously doing a lot more than your current Windows Mobile is. So, I think that the App Store is, having applications for it is a big question mark, and I don't know how Microsoft wants to play that. But it's clear they don't want to cannibalize what they're doing in the mobile phone space or what they're doing in the mobile space.
Definitely. Well, the last thing we want to talk about, running out of time. So the price point's been rumored to be, significantly less, like $50 less than a comparably equipped iPod Touch. We're also hearing the launch date is somewhere in mid-September. you know, the iPod announcements are definitely on deck. There's all these iPod, tablet, whatever rumors going around. Lance, do you think that, you know, if with this price and, you know, releasing in the middle of September, do you think they're actually going to be able to make a splash, or is Apple going to be able to steal a lot of their thunder because the iPod announcement's so soon?
Well, timing is everything, right? So if the Apple announcement is September 9th, 8th, 9th, 10th, right? That's when it happens, and it's whether it's a tablet, some sort of groundbreaking tablet, or something else. There's still going to be a little bit of a window of time after that, so maybe it calms down a little bit, and Microsoft introduces, you know, what is a very solid and exciting product. So I think they can. They're not going to steal Apple's thunder. I think they're going to make some noise. But remember, Microsoft is no longer in the business of trying to own categories. You see the way they work. They like to win the war of attrition. They're going to get in there, and they get the people who don't want to run iTunes, who are excited by the look, the feel, the interface, the OLED screen, and all the possibilities that Josh talked about, and they're going to start to buy that. It's not as if the market, the MP3 market isn't growing every single day.
Yeah, it'd be interesting for sure. Last word, Joshua. Do you think price-wise, you know, do you think this is a compelling device? Would you recommend this to people?
Well, I mean, I haven't had it really. I mean, Microsoft is being very careful about how long they let you play with it, and what they let you see on it. But I think that it's a great product for Microsoft, and I think it's easily the strongest thing they've ever released in the Zune line. I think it provides, it's doing some stuff that some of Apple's products aren't. So there's, like Lance was saying, I think there's an angle there to win over some of the people who may have been hesitant about going for a Zune, which in many ways seemed very similar to a lot of the iPod line. So, you know, at this point, I wouldn't recommend it, but I wouldn't say don't look into it. I mean, I think it's a really compelling product, and I mean, personally, from a gadget geek standpoint, I'm really excited to get one and play with it and use it. So,
yeah,
you know, it's definitely the right direction for Microsoft.
I mean, and that's really the end message here, right? I mean, it's Microsoft's first shot at excitement in the gadget space, which they haven't done in a really long time. Guys, we're out of time, so we're going to have to leave it there. Joshua Topolsky from Engadget, he's the editor-in-chief over there. Also, Lance Ulanoff from PC Mag. Thanks you both for joining us. I'm Randall Bennett, and we'll see you next time on the show. Don't forget, you can subscribe to us on iTunes, we're on YouTube, and we're lots of other places, so check us out. See you later.